It was late, and I was the last one to leave the office. The building was eerily quiet, with only the faint hum of the elevator echoing through the halls. I pressed the button for the ground floor and stepped inside, exhausted from the day. As the elevator doors closed, the lights flickered but didn't go out completely. I shrugged it off. Old buildings do that. But then, the elevator stopped abruptly between floors. Great, I muttered, pressing the emergency button. No response. The intercom crackled, but no one spoke. Then, the elevator started moving again, but it was going up, not down. I hadn't pressed anything. It stopped at the 13th floor, which I knew didn't exist in this building. The door slid open to reveal a hallway I'd never seen before. It was dimly lit, with faded wallpaper peeling off the walls. A foul smell wafted into the elevator. I stepped back, but a voice whispered,
Come in.
I froze. No one was there, but the voice was unmistakable. The door stayed open, as if somebody's waiting for me to step out. When I didn't move, a shadow appeared at the end of the hallway, slowly gliding towards the elevator. I started mashing the closed door button. The shadow picked up speed, and just as it reached the doors, they slammed shut. The elevator dropped suddenly, faster than it should. My ears popped, and I felt my stomach lurch. When the doors opened again, I was on the ground floor. Everything looked normal, but I couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching me. As I stepped out, the elevator chimed and the doors began to close. Before they shut completely, I caught a glimpse of my reflection in the mirrored interior. There was someone standing behind me, smiling. It was supposed to be an easy job, watching a 5-year-old boy while his parents went out for dinner. He told me he had trouble sleeping, so I should expect him to wander out of his room. Don't worry, I reassured them. I'll keep an eye on him. The night started quietly. The boy Ethan went to bed without protest. I settled on the couch to watch TV, but after an hour, I heard soft footsteps behind me. Ethan? I called, turning around. He was standing in the hallway, clutching a stuffed rabbit. His eyes looked glassy. Are you okay? I asked. I don't like her, he whispered. Her who? He pointed to the dark corner of the room, near the window. There was no one there. It's just your imagination, I said, walking him back to his room. He didn't resist, but kept looking over his shoulder. After tucking him in, I went back to the couch. The house felt colder. A draft, maybe? I tried to focus on the TV, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. An hour later, I heard the footsteps again, but this time, it didn't stop behind me. They circled the couch, slow and deliberate. Ethan? I called, my voice shaking. There was no answer. I turned, but the hallway was empty. Then I heard a whisper, close to my ear. She doesn't like you either. I jumped off the couch and ran to Ethan's room. He was sitting upright in bed, staring at the door. She's mad. Who is? But before he could answer, the door slammed shut behind me. The lights flickered, and for a moment, I saw her. An emaciated figure with hollow eyes, standing in the corner of the room. I was driving home late at night when a sudden storm forced me to pull over. My GPS led me to a small roadside motel, the kind you'd see in old horror movies. The receptionist was strange. His smile didn't reach his eyes. "Room 12, he said, handing me the key. "Enjoy your stay." The room smelled of mild dew, and the wallpaper was peeling. Exhausted, I collapsed onto the bed, too tired to care. Around 2 a.m., I woke to the sound of soft tapping. It was coming from the bathroom. I turned on the light, but no one was there. The tapping stopped. I returned to bed, but as soon as I closed my eyes, the tapping started again, louder this time. I opened the bathroom door, and the mirror above the sink was fogged up, as if someone had just taken a shower. Written in the condensation were the words, "Leave now." Heart pounding, I grabbed my things and bolted out of the room. As I ran past the reception desk, the receptionist was gone. Misplaced was an old photograph of the motel, dated 1954. The receptionist was in the photo, looking exactly the same. I was taking the last bus home, grateful to find it nearly empty. The only other passenger was a man sitting at the back, staring out the window. The bus driver didn't acknowledge me as I got on. He stared straight ahead, his face emotionless. The ride was quiet at first, but as we passed the usual stops, no one else got on or off. The street lights outside flickered, casting eerie shadows inside the bus. When I glanced back, the man at the rear was gone. Confused, I stood up to look, but the back of the bus was empty. "Where did he go?" I asked the driver. But the driver didn't respond. I sat back down, trying to shake off the unease. But then, I saw something in the reflection of the window. A pale figure standing in the aisle, staring at me. I whipped around, but no one was there. The bus kept driving, but the route had changed. We were on a dark, unfamiliar road, surrounded by dense trees. I ran to the driver. "Where are we going?" He turned to me, his face now skeletal, and grinned. End of the line. The bus screeched to a halt, and the doors opened to complete darkness. The last thing I heard was the sound of footsteps climbing aboard. Adios. Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and join the spooky vibes. Yours truly, your spooky sister.